You're watching MVBN, the Medina Valley Broadcast Network. You're watching MVBN, the Medina Valley Broadcast Network.
Welcome back to Panther Softball, sponsored by North Park Chevrolet and Dotson House Moving and Construction. And getting a late start a little bit, and want to apologize for the glitch in the computer, but we should be live and on air and ready to go. Jeff, tough matchup tonight with the Dragons coming to town, as they always are a formidable foe for the Panthers, whether they play them here at the friendly confines of Medina Valley or go down to Southwest and play them in Dragon Country. Keys to the game, Jeff, you watched a few of the tournament games where the Panthers, I believe, were 5-1. Is that how they went?
Yeah, they went 5-1 this last weekend in the Laredo tournament. They had their moments of playing really well, and they had their moments of not being able to get some runs across and this and that. The key tonight is going to be number one. Southwest is going to be a good hitting team, Maury. They've got the Alaquinas sisters in the 2 and 3 holes. Those are their two best batters. You got to keep the girls off of base in front of those two, and you got to pitch to them and throw them strikes whenever you got to be a smart pitcher. Don't throw them strikes whenever they got runners on base. And we've got to do a good job of making the routine plays and scoring runs when we have the opportunity.
Yep, Tommy Betancourt will lead it off, followed by Madison Alaquinas, Paris Alaquinas as the top three. Garza Gutierrez,
job scouting, and she'll use it to her advantage. She's going to bunt the ball until we get her out.
Madison Alaquinas now at the plate. Lefty in the lineup for the drive. The 1-1 pitch, and that's high, 2-1. Chichester in a couple of steps in front of third base. Montez about 1 foot in front of the base at first. The 2-1 pitch, swing and a miss, 2-2.
And pretty gutsy move here by Coach Buenteo here, starting Lissy Salazar, who I believe she started against them in that third playoff game when we had the playoff last year for the playoff spot. I think Lissy started, but Lissy is friends with all these girls from Southwest. She grew up playing against them, and she usually pitches her best when she knows her competition.
Well, Alaquina is doing a good job of fouling off that 2-strike pitch. 2-2 pitch once again. That's slapped in between the 5-4 hole for another base hit. 2 batters, 2 hits. Going the opposite way. Good job by Alaquina, just taking that pitch where it was pitch on the outside part of the plate, hit it right in between the 5-6 hole, in between short and third. Now you're going to have the catcher, Paris Alaquinez, up at the plate. Jeff, this is a dangerous hitter. She could.
Yes, sir. This is what
change the score quick.
This is what you wanted to avoid, is having to pitch to the 3-hole hitter with runners on base. But they hadn't got us out yet, and it looks like Coach Hernandez has a game plan of bunting the ball and putting the ball in play and forcing our hand.
She squared around to bunt that and pulled it back, but the pitch was a strike. So it's 0-1 now to Alaquinez. Betancourt at first, Alaquinez at second. Alaquinez.
And we just almost, she knows that. Anyway, so what we had on there was we were charging our third baseman, and the shortstop was going to have to cover third base, but she sees that our shortstop can't get there. Well, and she, like I said, she does a good job of scouting, and she will try to expose your weaknesses.
And the runners advanced 60 feet.
Good changeup.
Swing, absolutely. Good location. Nowhere. Yep. And if she'd have chased that, it would have been a weakly hit ball, but good discipline there, laying off on that pitch. 2 balls and 2 strikes now with 2 runners on. Dragons bat here on the top of the first. The 2-2 pitch outside, full count.
And Maury, I will say, It's not a bad thing to walk her here. Although, and we don't know anything about
Marina Garza up next.
But you don't have to groove her.
Payoff pitch, and that's a shot lifted in the right field. Right fielder calls it, makes the play, tagging up at third, slide home safe. Runner advances now, a wild throw, gets away from Chichester, and another run scored. And Jeff, that's just an unforced error.
Yep.
There's really no need to throw it down there because the runner was just standing on the base.
No. You know, you were probably not going to get the out at home, but you definitely don't want to give up the other run at third. Now you got one out. You got, you start over. So
that's an RBI for Alquinas. Run will score. The other will score an unearned run on the error. 2-0 now is your score as Marina Garza steps to the plate.
Yeah, ill-advised throw, but, you're trying to make things happen.
Absolutely.
But now now you're starting off clean. I mean, I don't think this is going to be one of those low-scoring games, Maury. I'm just saying. I hope it's not.
Ball one, outside.
First pitch is the ball to the cleanup hitter, number 16.
Garza is the third baseman tonight for the Dragons. 1 ball and no strikes. And the 1-0. It's a number down to the second baseman. AD over, flips it to Montez for the put out. 4-3 for out number 2 of your scoring at home.
That'll bring up number 2.
That'll bring up number 2, Isabella Gutierrez, the left fielder for the Dragons. First pitch is low and outside, 1 ball and no strikes. Gutierrez steps back in. Salazar, that ball is lifted foul back out of play, evens the count at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 outs. 2-0 is your score here as Southwest bats in the top of the first inning.
New Silverado 1500 trucks, plus $2,250 in trade assistance cash, and $7,000 off MSRP on new Blazers. Lease a new Equinox for $299 with 0 down, or buy for $23,999. Get 2.1% financing on all new Traverses. Find new roads at North Park Chevrolet. 10 minutes outside Loop 410 in Castroville or at npchevy.com.
Dotson House Moving and Construction is a 4th-generation company operated by the same family for over 75 years. We do turnkey work from
keep pace. You can get 1 run this inning, or get something going this inning to try to get a little bit of that back, and then take care of the bottom part of their order.
Montez takes that first pitch in right on the knees for a strike. No balls and 1 strike.
I know this is a little strange. Montez batting in the leadoff spot, but Maury, she's been getting on base. She's probably got the highest on-base percentage of the team.
Well, I believe she was leadoff batter when we played South San in the first district play.
She was.
That's a shot over first baseman for a base hit. So Montez stays hot at the plate.
Montez lands it into right field.
Single to lead off the ball game. Elena Gonzalez, the shortstop, now steps to the plate.
Elena Gonzalez.
Now you're going to start getting your substitutions, Maury. So
not according to my lineup. According to the lineup that.
No, you're about to get a substitution at first.
Courtesy runner.
Courtesy runner.
Yep.
Well, it's really not a courtesy runner. Remember we found out at South San?
Oh, yeah, that's true. Yep.
She is probably in as the flex. So this is not a courtesy runner. Does it say flex by her?
Yeah, because she's not the pitcher.
That's right.
But no, it doesn't say flex. It says first base.
Okay, so she is being substituted for here then, if she's not the flex.
That looked like number 20.
That's probably, is that Viviana?
Courtesy runner coming in, number 12 is now first base.
Nope.
Valenzuela, the courtesy runner, or the pinch runner at second.
Is that Izzy Valenzuela?
Beautiful
Good
bunt.
bunt.
Third
You ain't gonna
baseman,
get her.
no play.
Little, and that's what Elena does good. Elena has speed, and when she can get that ball to hit down there in that soft sand, she's going to beat it out 8 out of 10 times.
Yeah, and that ball just died right there.
Yeah, and you're going to see the same thing right here, I would assume.
Castiglione now steps to the plate. Valenzuela, the pinch runner at second. Gonzalez at first. Back-to-back singles to start the game for the Panthers.
Let's talk about this real quick, Maury. Execution helped Southwest in that first inning. Medina Valley's key right now is going to be execution because your next 2 batters have got hot sticks right now. And there you go.
Only one play by Terrazas is to go to first base with it.
Execution. There you go.
Sacrifice for Castiglione. That's going to be scored 1-4 for the out. For out number 1.
Now you've got 2 shots with 2 of your hotter hitters. Ariel Chichester coming up right now, and then the whole Albert Dominguez.
Terrazas in the circle. Alaquinez behind the plate. Chichester takes that first pitch over the outside corner for a strike one, 0-1.
Good job of looking past that and not taking a swing at that one, as that is not in your wheelhouse whenever you're sitting there 0-0.
Ground ball to third. Third baseman throw home. Put out is no. Got under. And the throw beat her, Jeff, but the slide was underneath her. Alaquinez did not get the tag down.
It was hard for us I know we're right on top of it, but I got a pole in the way. But the only thing I can think is that she didn't get the glove all the way down, and the feet came up underneath her.
The throw definitely was on time, but Alaquinez did not get the tag down.
That's all I can imagine, but nonetheless, it's going to be a 2-1 game.
Next up for the Panthers, number 88, Aubrey Dominguez.
So AD stands up at the plate now. Aubrey Dominguez. Gonzalez at third. Strike called, 0-1. Chichester the runner at first. Fielder's choice.
Well, and they're playing this a little different here now too, Maury. Look at their middle infielders, how spread out they are. They're not worrying about a double play in the middle.
Ground ball to third. Third baseman fields it in foul ball territory. Count now 0-2 to AD. Dominguez is down in the count now. Just need to be selective here, Aubrey. Just put something in play. Get that run home. 0-2, runners at the corner. Panthers scratch the run across.
9 times Alaquinez is going to make
Well,
that
did you
play.
see what happened to her and the umpire went the same way?
Yeah, they went the same
and
way.
She had
bump.
to circle around her, and the umpire kind of helped the Panthers out a little bit there. 0-1 now is the count. As Vallejo steps back in. Terrazas with the pitch. Terrazas, and that's a strike called over the outside. Jeff, she's living on that outside
Loves the
corner.
outside.
She's getting the calls.
Well, key is right now, Maury, she's throwing strikes. Throw strikes, good things will happen.
Yep. The 0-2. Swing and a miss.
And
Throw down to complete the strikeout. 1-3 for the putout. For the Panthers, 1 run on 2 hits, 2 left on base. After 1 inning, Panthers trail 2-1. Panther softball will continue in just a moment.
Peerless Equipment, your South Texas irrigation experts. Peerless Equipment specializes in sales and service of irrigation equipment to the agricultural and wildlife industries. This includes hose reels, big guns, pivot systems, underground pipelines, turbine well pumps, booster pumps, motors, valves, and an inventory of much more. Stop by one of their locations in Hondo and Pearsall, or give them a call at 210-434-7867. Peerless Equipment, bringing water to you.
Have you ever made a friend by accident? I know I have. This is Alec with Lone Star Towing of Natalia, and I just want to let y'all know that I pay top dollar for your junk, wrecked, and abandoned vehicles. I can even come to your location and tow it out of there at no extra charge. Give me a call at 210-777-0585, and I'll be sure to get you taken care of quickly.
Welcome back to Panther Softball, sponsored by North Park Chevrolet and Dotsine House Moving and Construction Company.
First up to the Dragons here in the second.
Dragons will send to the plate Terrazas, RC, and Ruiz, 6, 7, and 8. Lissy back in the circle for the Panthers. And the first pitch. Strike called, 0-1. Pitcher versus pitcher matchup here. And the 0-1. Ground ball to Dominguez. Good play, moving to her left for the right for the put out. 4-3 if we're scoring at home for out number 1. Jeff, I don't know if you noticed when the Dragons were out there in the field, you don't see it much, but they have a left-hander playing second base. So now Elena Arce at the plate.
First pitch is a ball to number 8, Elena Arce.
Designated player for the Dragons tonight. And the pitch. Ground ball. Shortstop with it. Throw over in time. Montez with a good job of stretching. Good throw by Gonzalez. Good job by Montez hanging on to the base. 6-3 if you're scoring at home for out number 2. So 2 quick outs for Lissy. Chloe Rodriguez, the right field, or Chloe Ruiz, excuse me, the right fielder steps to the plate. Lefty versus lefty matchup. See if Lissy can get a 1-2-3 inning here. First
Good pitch.
Ooh, he was giving that on the right-handed batters.
Yeah, he was in the wrong slot. Maury, across the district tonight, all of the 1-0 teams play all the 0-1 teams.
Strike called 1-1. And unfortunately, the Panthers are one of the 0-1 teams.
But Southwest did win their first district game.
So Ruiz waits the 1-1 pitch. Check swing. Does not foul it off. I think it was a ball.
He called time. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
No, he called that a tip.
Yeah.
So
tip ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
1 ball and 2 strikes is the count.
Yeah, because he called a dead ball.
Ball is lifted in the center field. Castiglione going back. Ball will go to the fence. Ruiz will stand up with a double.
That one goes back to the warning track.
Well, 1-2 pitch, Maury.
Yeah, a little bit too much of the
A
plate
little
for
bit
Lissy.
too much. And you know what? It was in the same location that she threw the last pitch that she fouled off.
Yeah.
Maury, I didn't think that ball was going to stay in here, but I guess the air's heavy tonight.
So Santos now steps to the plate. Swing and a miss. Janaya Santos, the second baseman. Bats left, throws left, but she's playing second base tonight for the Dragons. 0-1 is the count. Runner in scoring position. High ball 1, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Ruiz at second with a 2-out double. Hit that one right in the gap as Castiglione was actually cheating her towards the left field line, and she pulled that into right center.
Got an update on soccer, Maury. The girls are actually, and the boys and girls are both playing Southwest in a couple of big soccer matches tonight. The girls, are up 1-0 with 8 minutes to go in the first half.
Ball is fouled back. Count holds at 1-2 with 2 outs. So 1 ball and 3 strikes as Lissy stands back in, twirls the ball. The 1-2 pitch, change up low, 2-2.
Now we talked about, Southwest is a good hitting team, and not only that, they seem to be very disciplined too. They're going to wait and swing at good pitches.
And the 2-2.
So
ball is fouled back.
I was about to say, so you got to make
no runs on 1 hit, 1 left on base. We go to the bottom of the second. Panthers trail 2-1. Panther softball with
Medina Electric Cooperative was built by this community more than 80 years ago to deliver reliable and affordable energy. We are proud to serve this community beyond the power lines. You can find us supporting your kids' Little League, sponsoring school events, hosting safety presentations, and more. We're honored to belong to this community. Keep up with Medina Electric from the power lines to the sidelines on social media or at medinaec.org.
Welcome back to Panther Softball, sponsored by North Park Chevrolet and Dotsing Home Moving and Construction Company. Aniston Stiver steps to the plate now for the Panthers. She leads off here in the bottom of the second. Ball is lifted in the left center field. Will the runner? Oh, what a play at the plate! Rob Stivers of a home run as she reached over the orange and pulled that one back in play. Oh my! What a play out there by Madison Alaquinez, robbing the Panthers of what would have been a tying home run as she pulls that one back into play. Wow, what a play by Alaquinez, and what a shot by Stivers just to get robbed. Holy moly. Wow.
Here's a good one now. Kaylee Upton had a home run in the last game she played.
So Kaylee steps to the plate. First pitch is just off the plate, 1-0.
I'll tell you what Aniston did on that at bat. That ball was out over the plate. You know, it wasn't like she's leading off every batter with that outside pitch.
That one
stayed over the plate. And
1-0
Annie
pitch.
got a lot of it, but not enough of it.
1-0 pitch, strike called. And Jeff, any little bit of wind blowing out to that, it would have been out.
Look at the flag.
No doubt, but the flag is just hanging there. 1-1. Ground ball to third. Garza with the throw over to first in time to Piedra for the putout.
And what's happening, Maury, is these they're getting a lot of ground balls to the left side. Well, they've got a couple of ground balls to the left side, but what they're doing is they're trying to pull that outside pitch. Go with it. I think we're back.
First up for the Dragons, number 16, Marina Garza.
Welcome back to Panther Softball, sponsored by North Park Chevrolet and Dotson House Moving and Construction Company. Garza steps to the plate for the Dragons as we have a 2-2 ball game here as we head to the top of the fourth. Garza was at the plate when there was a caught stealing at second base to end the inning, so Garza remains the batter in the fourth. Pitch is fouled back into the screen. Count.
I don't know. It just dropped us, Maury, but we should be back on now.
2-1 pitch, high, 3-1. Garza is 0 for 1, grounded out to Dominguez at second. In the first inning, take that pitch ball.
Don't want to lead. You don't want to walk the leadoff batter. Now,
second walk of the ball game. Isabel Gutierrez steps to the plate. Isabel popped up to the shortstop. She is 0 for 1.
Let's see if Hernandez gives any signs. I didn't see any signs, Maury, so it looks like she's going to be letting her swing away here. I would have thought that the way she started the game, she'd be wanting to put some bunts down. Good pitch there by Lissy.
Strike called, 0-1.
Still no signs, so she's letting them play.
Gutierrez waits. That ball is a ground ball to Chester off of her glove. Not in time. Base hit in between the 6-5 hole there, Jeff, or is that an error? Moving to her left. That's a tough play.
You're moving glove side. Ariel usually makes that.
I'll let you make that
you're
call.
at home. We're gonna give the young lady a hit on that one. But you're in trouble. You know, you lead with an error. I mean, you lead with a walk. followed by a little infield hit, and now you're going to see some bunting.
Terrazas, the pitcher, bunts it, but it goes foul, 0-1. Terrazas started inning number 2 with a ground ball to Dominguez, so she is 0 for 1. Ground out to the second baseman for the first out of inning number 2. Now down in the count, 0-1 with runners at first and second. The shot right back up the middle for a base hit. Waving her home all the way to throw from Castiglione, gets over Upton, throwing error, and the runners will advance.
Yep, that's an error, and in a situation like that, Maury, with no outs, that's not a time where you're going to go and try to throw her out at home. You're going to hit your cutoff so you can hold the runners at first and second in that situation.
Now you take the force out of the play.
Now you take the force out.
And you have Gutierrez at third,
and you have no outs.
And you have a courtesy runner for the pitcher Terrazas as she ripped that one right back up the middle. RC now steps to the plate. RC is 0 for 1. She grounded out to Gonzalez for out number 2 in the second inning.
Situational right there, Maury. It was a good job hitting by Terrazas. You just gotta limit the damage.
Yep.
But Southwest right now has an opportunity to really put some distance now in between themselves and the Panthers.
A leadoff walk, back-to-back singles. Runners at second and third with nobody out. RC at the plate. First pitch, check swing high. 1 ball and no strikes. I didn't see the courtesy runner in for Terrazas at second base, Jeff. I can't see the number.
Yep, there is a runner. Looks like a single digit, Maury.
2-0 now is the count, though. You have first base open. You got your number 8 hitter waiting on deck in Chloe Ruiz, but Ruiz doubled in between right center her first time, so she is 1 for 1. RC waits, but perfect bunch. Chester tags her out, though.
That's not Chester.
Actually, that's Montez. Other corner.
The other corner. It's a good play. That's not a very good bunt though in that situation. Well, you want to try to get it back into the field.
My deal is the count's 2-0. She's thrown 2 pitches.
Yeah.
Why not take that
pitch?
pitch?
And I would not be expecting a bunt in that situation. So, yeah, I would think that she was giving her the green light right there, if anything.
Ruiz now steps to play. As I mentioned, Ruiz doubled but was stranded at second in the second inning. Now runners still at second and third, but with 1 out now to the left-handed batter.
But, Maury, it's like we say, these coaches know their kids better than you and I do, and that may have been a situation where she said, you know what, this is going to be the best pitch, and it's going to be the best opportunity for her.
Snap throw down there to Chester with the tag, but a good job of diving in. There is Gutierrez. She's the runner at third. Singled and moved on the throwing error to third base from second. The 1-1 pitch. Foul ball, 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Okay, so situational softball here now, Maury.
1-2 pitch coming up.
You do not want to throw her a strike, or you do not want to throw her anything over the white part of the plate for the next 2 pitches.
And the 1-2, and that's high. Gets away from Upton. Play at the plate and not in time. As that rise ball just rose too quick, Jeff, and Upton could not get out of the crouch in time to get it.
Yeah, wild pitch.
So now the count's going to go to 2-2. Gutierrez will score on the wild pitch. And the courtesy runner for Terrazas will move to third base now. The count is 2-2 now to Ruiz. Jeff, I still cannot see that number on that.
I know the black number on the green.
It's hard to see. Of course, on my sheet, I only have 3 subs, and I know there's more.
Yeah, I've got a couple.
But nevertheless, Ruiz back in there now with a 2-2 count with 1 out. 2 runs across here in the inning. That pitch is a called strike for the out. So a backwards looking K for out number 2. Janaya Santos now steps to the plate. Santos is 0 for 1. She struck out to end inning number 2. Takes that pitch outside, 1 ball and no strikes. Dragons have scratched 2 across here. 1 scored on a wild pitch and moved to third on the throwing error, so that's an unearned run there for the Dragons. 2 balls and no strikes, Jeff. This is your number 9 hitter. You need to do away with her right now. That way you don't have to see the top of the order with runners on base. That ball is lifted down shortstop a couple of steps back and makes the play. So F6 if you're scoring at home for out number 3. But for the Dragons, 2 runs on 2 hits, 1 left on base. We head to the bottom of the 4th. The Panthers trailing 4-2. Panthers softball will continue in just a moment.
Right now, it's Chevrolet's 3-time dealer of the year.
Now my
North
scoreboard's
Park
not up
Chevrolet.
there.
Get
Come on,
$15,000
scoreboard.
off MSRP and 1.9% financing on new Silverado 1500 trucks, plus $2,250 in trade
Let's
assistance
get
cash,
loud.
and $7,000 off MSRP on new
Whoops.
Blazers. Lease a new Equinox for $299 with 0 down, or buy for $23,999. Get 2.1% financing on all new Traverses. Find new roads at North Park Chevrolet. 10 minutes outside Loop 410 in Castroville or at npchevy.com.
Dotson House Moving and Construction is a 4th-generation company operated by the same family for over 75 years. We do turnkey work from moving your structure, setting the foundation, and all your construction needs. Aluminum decking, concrete work, canopies, and any other need to make your project operational. From moving to construction, large or small, Dotson House Moving and Construction does it all. Located at 12939 Southwest Loop 410 in San Antonio. Give us a call at 210-628-1459.
Welcome back to Panther Softball, sponsored by North Park Chevrolet and Dotson House Moving and Construction. Mackenzie Viejo leads off for the Panthers here in the 4th. Ball is lifted back out of play, 0-1. Mackenzie is 0 for 1 as she struck out to end inning number 1.
We are aware of the scoreboard being down now. Boy, it's just a night of technology fun, Maury.
The 0-1, strike called, 0-2. Terraza's back out there for the Dragons for her 4th inning of work. Paints the outside corner, 0-2. And the pitch, outside and high, 1-2. So Terraza's back in there. Checks the dugout for the pitch, checks the wristband. Viejo waits the 1-2 pitch. Wow, she was getting that call. That was close.
Little high.
Little high.
2-2. Southwest faithful not happy with that call behind us.
But the 2-2 pitch. Shot into center field for a leadoff single for Vallejo.
Good job of working the count there by Mackenzie.
Panthers trail 4-2 here in the bottom of the 4th. Swing and a miss, 0-2.
We're going to hit it.
The 0-2 pitch, catcher set up way outside, 1-2. Good location, good job by Annie not chasing that outside pitch. Terrazas with the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss for a strikeout for out number 1. And Kaylee Upton now steps to the plate. Upton grounded out to the 3rd baseman for out number 2. That was the 1-2-3 inning, the 2nd inning for Terrazas. That's the only 1-2-3 inning we've had all night by either pitcher. First pitch to Upton is outside, ball 1, 1 ball and no strikes.
update from the girls' soccer match. It's still 1-0 Medina Valley with 26 minutes left in the match, over playing their games over at Loma Alta now, the middle school.
Ball is bunted down third base line. Third baseman takes the tag unassisted for out number 2.
Well, if you're gonna do something like that, Maury, in that situation, you probably should have done it the matter before. But just trying to get her into scoring position.
I know what you were thinking. I was thinking the same thing, but that time I don't see no problem with it. You don't take the bat out of this young lady's hands.
Yeah,
it was a good throw at home.
It was a good throw. Yeah, no. But how many times have you seen a runner get thrown out on a 2-out hit to the outfield? Yeah, that's my point. So,
and they're going to walk her.
Well, that's
gamesmanship there.
Absolutely.
And I think the Panthers would have done the same thing in that situation.
Absolutely.
As Montez goes to second base, the runner's now full. Goes to first base. Elena Jeff, though, with a single of fielder's choice and a run scored. She scored on the error by Bentoncourt from second base.
Coming in to run
is number 5, Nobi Villafane. So Villafane, the runner at first for Montez. As Gonzalez, shortstop, steps to the plate. 1 for 2 with a run scored. Takes that pitch in tight.
Boy, you know what? You wear that when you get an RBI. Isn't that's tough to do? I understand. Especially with a slap hitter, you're trying to get out there.
Terrazas checks the pitching chart. The 1-0 pitch to Gonzalez. Swing and a miss. 1-1. Bases juiced with Panthers. Panthers trailing 4-2. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th. Left-handed Gonzalez at the plate. The 1-1. Swing and a miss. 1-2. An emphatic way to go there by Paris Bentoncourt behind the plate. Alaquinez.
Oh yeah, fired up, man. Big moment in the game right here.
Big pitch here, the 1-2 pitch. Gonzalez swung through that, Jeff. That looked like a changeup there, as Gonzalez was just ahead in that pitch. So a good job of gamesmanship of walking Montez with 2 runners on to load the bases, but the Panthers cannot capitalize as they leave the bases loaded. We head to the 5th inning. The Panthers trail 4-2. Panther softball will continue in just a moment.
Like you, we love calling this home. Castroville State Bank has been serving the Medina Valley area for over 63 years by providing the best financial products, modern technology, and customer service. Not only are we the local bank you can rely on for all your financial needs, but we are also your neighbors, giving back to the community we grew up in and love. Come home to Castroville State Bank.
Yes.
Welcome back to Panther Softball, sponsored by North Park Chevrolet and Dotson House Moving and Construction. New pitcher now for the Panthers as Montez moves back into the circle. Claire Bain will move to second base.
First base.
First base, as she was actually in left field to start the ball game. She was listed as the flex player.
Oh, we got a pitching change, Maury, and every pitching change is brought to you this year by Peerless Equipment.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, thank you, Peerless Equipment, for being an advertiser with Medina Valley Broadcast Network, baseball and softball this year.
Thank you, Hatcher. Appreciate the
Edwin.
Thank
Hatcher.
you very much, Edwin. Appreciate the backing. First pitch to Dominguez, right under the glove, gets it and cannot get it in time. So the ball just snuck right under the glove, gets away from Bame, and the runner will advance on the error. As that's the leadoff batter getting on, Jeff. That's Tommy Betancourt. Madison Alquinas now steps to the plate. Alquinas is perfect, a single, a run scored, and a walk. Bunted down third, but it's going to be foul. And once again, Jeff, coach from Southwest, playing for change as Montez steps in the circle now for the Panthers in the 5th. Wow, just a little high and up.
Yep.
2 balls and 2 strikes.
Yep, and you know, Maury, we since we got on late because we were having technical difficulty again because of whatever reason.
Ball is slapped down third base line and off the glove.
Foul ball.
But it's in foul ball territory.
And you know what? That's one you gotta make. You gotta make plays like that. But I'd like to point out the fact that we do have another new advertiser this year in Lone Star Towing. And they are a pregame sponsor. So Lone Star Towing, you'll see their commercial running through. They're located in Natalia, I believe. And, patronize them, Lone Star Towing, if you ever need somebody to, tow. Good pitch.
Two pitches, a strike called. Backward strike out for out number 1.
It's a big out right there.
Jeff, that ball was foul. That ball went off the glove of Haley Marshall, but in foul ball territory there in left field.
Yeah.
So now Paris Alquinas steps to the plate.
So it doesn't hurt you.
Nope, doesn't hurt you. Paris with a sacrifice RBI in the first inning, drove in the first run of the ball game. Then reached on a fielder's choice. But then the courtesy runner was put in for, and she was thrown out on a caught stealing to end inning number 3. She is officially 0 for 1. Swing and a miss for strike number 2.
Well, Maury, the way the games went last year, the Panthers and Dragons played 3 times last year. Southwest won the initial game over at Southwest, and Medina Valley won the second game, and then Medina Valley won the third game when they had to play off for 3rd place, or 4th place actually.
That pitch is outside, 1 ball and 2 strikes.
No, it was for second place.
Second place.
Yeah.
The 1-2 pitch just outside, gets by Upton, 60 feet closer now is Betancourt.
Runner advances to 3rd on the line pitch.
And Jeff, you gave that soccer score. The Panthers are trying to avenge a 4-0 loss to Southwest the first round, and that was when all the lightning and all the storm came through, and the boys' game had to be canceled, and the girls ended up finishing. Garza now steps to the plate.
But they are down 5-2 with 17 minutes to go.
Marina with a ground out and walked and scored the 3rd run of the ball game for the Dragons. Strike called under the hands, 1 ball and 1 strike, 2 outs. Betancourt, the runner, 60 feet away. Montez with the 1-1 pitch. Foul tip back into the screen, 1-2.
So over here across the way, Maury, in the bottom of the 3rd, it looks like there's ducks on the pond. Looks like the bases are full, if I'm seeing the scoreboard correctly, but it is a 2-0 Panther lead right now.
Swing and a miss. Good job by Montez, battling back after the leadoff error for the out for the Dragons in that inning. No runs, no hits,
We're gonna
1
stay
left
here,
on
Maury.
base. We're going to stay right here. And
we're going to patronize our
5th inning sponsor,
our 5th inning,
right?
Yeah, 5th inning stretch sponsor. And those of you that will be making some trips through Uvalde over the next couple of years, the Sunrise Restaurant is in Uvalde. Family dining at its best in Uvalde, Texas, located at 510 West Main Street. We are open for breakfast and lunch. On your way through town, stop in and give our mouth-watering breakfast and delicious lunch plates a try. Easy in and easy out. Panther fans will be making many trips this way in the near future, and they want to invite you to stop on by. If you're in a hurry, call ahead at 830-278-6100 for to-go orders. Go Panthers, and best of luck this season. That's the Sunrise Morning. I looked online the other day at their selection. I'm going to stop and eat there. They got their breakfast looks amazing. So
We're going to just leave early one morning and wake up early, just drive to Uvalde and get some breakfast?
Hopefully if we go through around lunchtime before 2 o'clock, I think they close at 2 o'clock, hopefully we can stop in and still order breakfast.
A lot of them serve it all day long.
That's what I'm thinking.
So now Morgan Castiglione steps to the plate. Morgan with a sacrifice in the first inning and then grounded out to the third baseman. So she is 0 for 1.
Oh, the Panthers baseball over here must have got a base hit because it is now 5-0 Medina Valley with still 1 out in the bottom of the third.
So Terraza's back in the circle for the Dragons here as the Panthers bat trailing 4-2 here in the fifth. First pitch to Castiglione is a strike called, 0-1. Terrazas checks the pitch chart on the wrist. The 0-1 pitch is high, 1 ball and 1 strike. One and the pitch. Castiglione with a grounder past the diving first baseman, but foul. Now down in the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Garza in tight at third. Also in tight is Piedra at first. The 1-2 pitch slapped back into the screen. The count holds it 1-2.
Good job of fighting that one off.
Yep, you don't want to put the fate in the umpire's hands there. If you foul it off, you see another pitch. And the 1-2 lifted down the third base line, but foul. Another good defensive swing there by Morgan Castiglione.
Good job of battling here by Castiglione. That one, she got a little bit more of the plate.
And the 1-2 again.
Change up.
Swing and a miss, throw down to complete the put out from 2-3 for the out. 6 strikeouts now by Panther batters. Ariel Chichester now steps to the plate. Chichester with a fielder's choice, an RBI, and scored a run for the Panthers. She scored the second run of the ball game for Medina Valley and then reached on an error. So she's 0 for 2. That's a shot in the left fielder coming in on the run and makes the play.
It's kind of right off
Gutierrez. Little bit of a fisted there, wasn't it?
Yep, right off the handle. Didn't get the fat part of the bat on it. And you know, this is a situation, Maury. You got your 2 hottest hitters coming up there, 4 and 5 hole hitters. There's nobody on base.
Nobody on base.
You know, gotta have some ducks on the pond in this situation.
AD steps to the plate. AD fouls that back. Aubrey is 0 for 2. She has struck out both times tonight. Terraza's working on her second 1-2-3 inning as she sent the Panthers down in the second inning 1-2-3. The only time that has been done this evening so far. Has a chance to do it tonight once again.
Yeah, she's
the pitch is low and outside, 1-1.
Gotten into her groove. Panthers need to try to do something to take her out of that groove.
And the 1-1 is outside. Wow, and every time, Jeff, that pitch is a little bit outside. The Southwest fans are used to getting it called.
Yeah.
Now he's finally calling it. It's a little bit too far outside. 2 balls and 1 strike now. Terrazas checks the chart and the pitch. Good job by Alakina is behind the plate, even though there's no runner on base, just using
As
good
you know,
fundamentals and moving and blocking it.
You know you're taught well whenever you block a ball like that and there's nobody on base. And there's not 2 outs. I mean 2 strikes.
Yeah. The 3-1 pitch. Shot to second baseman with it. One throw over in time. That's Santos to Piedra for the putout. So the Panthers go down in order. 1, 2, 3. We head to the 6th. Panther softball will continue in just a moment.
Nobody can design, create, or maintain your lawn better than 3D Landscaping and Irrigation. With over 17 years of experience, owner Ray Doyen and his crew take pride in their craftsmanship and service. They're fully insured, offer free estimates, and multiple references, so you know you're getting the best. 3D does landscaping, lawn maintenance, irrigation,
And construction. Montez back in there as the Dragons will bat here in the 6th inning. It'll be Gutierrez, Terrazas, and Arce. Gutierrez flew out to the shortstop in the 1st inning, but then singled and scored a run. So she is 1 for 2 with a run scored. First pitch is high, ball 1, 1 ball and no strikes. Was a base runner, but they had a caught stealing to erase. Was a base runner, but they had a caught stealing to erase the base runner. That ball is lifted in the shallow right field. Dominguez going back and makes the play for the putout. So the Panthers did have a 1-2-3 inning of their own, and that was in the 3rd inning. Because it led off with Betancourt, the top of the order actually. Betancourt with a strikeout and then a base on balls. And then a caught stealing for out number 3 after the fielder's choice eliminated the 6-4 on the walk. First pitch is a strike call to Terrazas. No balls and 2 strikes as Terrazas grounded out to Dominguez in the 1st inning, but then singled in the 3rd and drove in a pair of runs. But awaits the 0-2 pitch from Montez. Check swing. Panthers didn't get the outside pitch there. The count moves to 1 ball and 2 strikes. As Upton pointed at Montez, good pitch. That's exactly where I wanted it, a little bit off the plate. The 1-2. Ground ball at third. Chester with a throw over in time to Claire Bain for out number 2. So 5-3 for the putout. Let's see if Montez can get a 1-2-3 inning.
Number 8,
Elena Arce at the plate now. Elena with a ground out to the shortstop and then 3 unassisted. So she is 0 for 2 tonight with 2 ground outs. Ball is foul back.
Good job of getting ahead. Good job of getting ahead of these last 2 batters here.
Trying to check and see if it was interference as to check to see if the swing hit her glove, and it didn't. Now Arce waits the 0-1 pitch from Montez. Just off the plate, 1-1.
Well, you get those calls early, you don't get them late.
Don't get them late. Boy, that's tough.
Yeah.
The 1-1 is high, 2-1. Two balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. 4-2 in favor of the Dragons here in the top of the 6th. Ball is lifted foul, going to be out of play, 2-2 down the first base line.
Deuce is wild, Maury.
Deuce is wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Panthers trail by 2. Ball is lifted high in the air. Marshall coming in. Oh, and they run together as Gonzalez and Marshall run together. And it looked like Gonzalez was going to yield way to the left fielder, but then turned around to try to catch it. And That was a big collision there, Jeff.
Yeah, and it's another one of those things, Maury, that should not happen. That's the old, triangle rule. Top of the triangle's always got the right-of-way to the ball, and I hope Elena's okay.
It's gotta be.
I had already looked down, Maury, because I was already marking it.
But who do you give it to?
Well, who touched it?
Both, I think.
Who touched it first?
I don't know.
I mean, things like that just shouldn't happen in a situation like this.
So, Chloe Ruiz now steps to the plate. Ruiz. And the pitch is 3-0. Alyssa just needs to shake off that arrow behind her and bear down here. You have the number 8 hitter at the plate. You'd like to start the next inning with the number 9. Pitch is a strike called. 3 balls and 1 strike. Now if I'm the batter and the coach from Southwest, I'm taking this pitch all the way. Taken all the way, and it's a strike call, full count.
And we've got a full count.
So let's see if Montez can battle all the way back here. The payoff pitch. Ground ball to Dominguez at second. Dominguez quick throw over to get the speedy runner in time. Good job by AD. 4-3 for the putout, so that error does not hurt anyone. No runs, no hits. 1 left on base. We head to the 6th. Panthers need to rally. Panther softball will continue in just a moment.
Security State Bank, your financial.
Welcome back to Panther softball, sponsored by North Park Chevrolet and Dotson House Moving and Remodeling. Panthers will send to the plate Vallejo, Stivers, and Upton. 6, 7, and 8. Vallejo is strikeout and then a single, so she is 1 for 2 tonight. Take that back. That looks like that's going to be Claire Bain on deck. So Terraza is back out there for her 6th inning of work. Foul back to the screen, 0-1. The 0-1 to Vallejo is high, 1-1. 2-0-0-2-0-0 for Southwest, 1-0-1-0-0 for the Panthers. That's your line score, 4-2.
No. Whoa.
Ball low, 2-1.
I guess it was low. We're in the top of the 7th, right, Maury?
No.
We're in the top of the... Yeah, we are. No, top of the 6th.
No, we're in the bottom of the 6th.
Bottom of the 6th.
Ground ball to Terrazas, over to first base to Piedra for out number 1. 1-3 for the put out.
Next up for the Panthers.
Claire Bain now will step to the plate for the Panthers.
Claire Bain.
First official at bat tonight for Claire Bain. First pitch. Check swing, takes it for a strike, 0-1. And the 0-1. Ground ball to short. Shortstop in. Throw over just in time as Bentoncourt with a strong throw over to Piedra for the putout. 6-3 for out number 2. It's going to bring up Kaylee Upton. Upton was a ground out to the third baseman and then a fielder's 3 unassisted, so she is 0 for 2. First pitch is low, ball 1, 1 ball and no strikes.
Maury, I'm going to go ahead and read we do have a sponsor that we got to get in here, the Magnolia Filling Station. The Magnolia Filling Station features a daily dark roast and a Fiorella blend medium roast drip coffee, and I'll say it in between pitches.
The 1-0 pitch. Ground ball to third. Third baseman Garza. Strong throw over in time for the putout. A 1-3, 2-3 inning for the sixth for the Panthers. 5-3. We're going to keep it right here.
Yeah, let's go ahead and finish. They have lattes, iced lattes, cold brews, kai lattes, mochas, teas, and lemonades. Daily from scratch pastries, muffins, cookies, cupcakes, and banana bread. Banana bread, baby. Just to name a few. A variety of sandwiches to include ham, turkey, Italian, and pimento cheese. They have protein lunch boxes, English muffin breakfast sandwiches, and fresh fruit parfaits. Go visit and sit outside under the patio and enjoy the historic downtown Castroville atmosphere, or sit inside and visit with the friendly baristas and locals. Located at 1101 Fiorella Street in beautiful downtown Castroville. That's the Magnolia Filling Station.
I want to check with Mr. Elmendorf, who is the proprietor of that establishment. I'd like to get the hours, because I'd like to know when they open, because there's people there early. I don't know if they open before 7 or not, but you would think, the coffee shop would, I know they're there at least 7. Maybe it's a little earlier. But I know there are always people. People underneath the deal to sit next to them beautiful pumps.
That's right. I actually asked if they would open on Sundays, because that's really the only day I get to go over there. Magnolia, what is it, Filling Station?
Filling Station, yep.
Let's see what I can come up with here. I don't have any idea what I typed in. I can't see the type.
First up for the Dragons, number 6. Saldana.
It says 7 a.m. Opens at 7 a.m., Maury.
So, Jeff, we have a pinch hitter here, number 6, and I do not have.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm going to have it on.
No, I take that back.
Do you have it?
It's Ebony Saldana will be the pinch batter, as she will be pinch hitting for Santos, who was 0 for 2, a strikeout and a pop out. So Saldana takes that pitch. He's down in the count now, 0-2. Ebony's first official at bat tonight, batting in the number 9 spot. And the 0-2 pitch is lifted foul behind the plate. Good job by Upton finding the ball for the putout. F2 for out number 1.
Good job, 6.
Fifth flyout of the night. We send it back to the top of the order in Tommy Betancourt. Betancourt single, scored the first run of the ball game, strikeout, and then reached on an error. So she is 1 for 3. Takes that pitch high, ball 1 ball and no strikes. And the 1-0 is a strike called, 1-1.
Panthers got to get some outs here, Maury, and have a chance.
Yep, keep this run
bottom half
to 4-2. Keep this lead, or this deficit. Keep it where it's at when they go to the 7th. 2 strikes now, as it's 1-2 now to Betancourt. And the 1-2 is high and outside, 2-2. Madison Alaquinez waits on deck. And the 2-2. Check swing, foul down the first baseline. Count holds at 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Top 7. Pitch is lined over to second base. Will drop in for a base hit. What are they doing?
Got interference on the first baseman. She ran into the first baseman can't stand anywhere around the base or that runners will run into you. Now he's sending her back.
Well, why did they move it at the first place and then change it? I don't understand that.
No,
if you saw it, then call it. If you didn't, then why not? I mean,
it must have been before the base.
Nevertheless, it's a single with one out. She's either going to end up at first or at second.
That's big. That's pretty big.
Absolutely,
right
it is. Whether
you
in
put her
score
on
position
second
or
base
not.
And you have one out. And you're top of the order.
Yeah, you got number 2 and 3 hitters, the Alaquinez sisters, coming up the plate.
They're saying that she went out of her way to run into the first baseman.
Okay.
That's look, because I could kind of trying to read some body language there, and you could see
a little lean.
He was a little lean too. Yeah, so.
But nevertheless, now Madison Alaquinez at the plate with a runner at first. Swing and a miss, 0-1. Chased one a little high. Down in the count now, 0-1. Madison singled in the first inning, came around and scored the second run, then reached on a walk but was retired 6-4 on a fielder's choice, and then a strikeout in inning number 5. She's 1 for 3. Bunt to Chichester. Chichester over and a low throw gets by Bain. Runners at the corners, a throw to third, not in time. Chichester had plenty of time. Jeff just kind of rushed that throw, and Bain just could not get the glove turned the right way.
She turned her glove the backhanded instead of turning her glove upright. And Claire doesn't play a lot of first base, so she probably doesn't have a first baseman's mitt. So it's hard to say. It's hard to say who you give that error to, but you almost got to give it to Chichester for the low throw.
Because a good throw definitely.
Baseman, a
good throw definitely has her out.
Absolutely.
But nevertheless, now this is not what the Panthers need. Is they had a 2-run deficit. Now with the number 3 hitter up at the plate, Paris Alaquinez, who has 1 RBI already tonight in the first inning on a sacrifice fly. Then reached on a fielder's choice and then grounded out to Dominguez at second. So 1 out.
All right, now
Jeff, this is a big part of the ball game here.
And I'm going to tell you right now, Maury, you've got to bring your infield in.
Yeah, you cannot yield another run.
You cannot give up another run, but we're playing deep in the middle.
Yeah, and there's no reason to because there's no double play ball.
That's right.
You've got to cut the runner off at home. Swing and a miss. Montez with an off-speed pitch, 0-1 now. As Bentoncourt's at third, Madison Alaquinez at second, Paris Alaquinez at the plate. The 0-1 foul ball into the screen. Now, Jeff, you can be selective here and waste some pitches. You got first base open. You do not want to throw her anything any close to the white.
Correct.
And Upton needs to be a wall back there.
Correct.
0-2 pitch, and that's way too much of the plate, and that's rocking it off the wall. 0-2 pitch, you cannot groove somebody like that, Jeff.
That was right. I mean,
that couldn't have been no better down the middle than.
It was a pretty pitch.
Wow.
Yep.
That's a tough pitch. I mean, that's. Wow. So a ringing double.
On an 0-2 pitch.
On an 0-2 pitch, 2 runs scored. That's 2 more RBI for Alaquinez. Marina Garza now steps to the plate. That ball is lifted in there. Castiglione coming in off of her glove. Diving attempt. She had to try to get after that one. Throw home, not in time.
We didn't even make a throw home because nobody's talking out there.
Nope. But, Jeff, that's going to go as a single, and then you give an error on the run scored? Or that's a tough decision?
I think that's probably a double.
A double, yeah, I would say. Yeah. And an RBI for Garza.
Well, no, it's a single. I'm sorry, she never left first base. So it is a single.
So a run scored for Alaquinez. 7-2 now as Southwest is busted it wide open. Isabella Gutierrez now steps to the plate. Gutierrez has a run scored. She is 1 for 3. Takes that pitch for a strike. 0-1. And the 0-1 is inside 1-1. And Jeff, if there's one thing that we've noticed the last couple years with Alyssa Montez is that a lot of times when she's ahead in the count, she throws just too good of a pitch down the middle.
Right, yeah, she's feeling good.
Yeah. So the 1-2 pitch. And what was ironic about it is the first two pitches were perfect located by her. I mean, beautiful.
Low and away, off speed.
1-2 pitches just off the plate, 2-2.
And I may be wrong in saying this, but I don't think Alyssa has. I think she's got a fastball and a changeup. I'm not real sure. Haven't watched her. I've watched her a lot, but I've never really sat behind her.
2-2 pitch, and that's ripped in the gap. As Marshall will field it, the runner will come all the way in from first base to score. So an RBI double for Gutierrez, and the floodgates have opened wide up. 8-2 now is the score.
Another two-strike pitch there, Maury. Right in the wheelhouse, and I tell you what, you got to give credit to Southwest too, because they're making the contact, and those balls are not softly hit.
No, those are rockets. Every hit in this inning. 1 out still. Terrazas up at the plate. Terrazas with a ground out, a single, has an RBI, and then another ground out. So she is 1 for 2 with an RBI tonight, and has also did a very good job inside the circle.
Here, Maury, where are they going to be?
Pitch gets away from Upton. Runner will stand up at third base in Gutierrez.
I'd have to look at my schedule, but we will be broadcasting baseball and softball again next Tuesday.
The 1-2 pitch to Terrazas is outside, 2-2. So you don't know whether it should be an away game, I would think.
Well,
unless it's rotated. Sure. I mean, so the 2-2 pitch now to Terrazas. Swing and a miss for the out. For the second out of the inning.
Next up for the Dragons, number 8,
Liliana Arce now at the plate for the Dragons. Arce with 2 ground outs and reached on an error. That was that pop fly that we don't know who to give the error to, as the center field, the left fielder and the shortstop for the Panthers ran together. 1-0 pitch.
Well, like I said,
outside,
Maury,
2-0.
I looked down, so I didn't see the play. But was it in the dirt? Or
it was right. It was right on the edge.
So that's probably a shortstop's play.
3-0. Well, Marshall was charging in hard.
Yeah,
and it looked like Gonzalez was going to yield it until she looked back and realized it wasn't going as deep as what she thought, and she turned back around to make the play. And when she did, they turned into each other. I mean,
that's
3-0 pitch.
Probably
3-1.
Probably have to give her an E6 on that one then.
Well, you know what? Tuesday you watch the video over again, and then you make the call and let us know what you scored it next week.
Well, you're the official scorer.
3-1, swing and a miss as Montez came all the way back from 3-0. Now it's full count to Arce.
Well, we're going to have some late games, Maury, this year with the later start times.
I know it. Inside, Tiger out! And the runner, I don't know what the runner was thinking, as she took off running for home, and it was ball 4, and the catcher just ran her down. Yeah. And wow.
She said, sorry, coach. It just happened.
But nevertheless, the damage is done. Crooked number put up by the Dragons. 4 runs on 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 runs on 4 hits. No, 1 left on base. Jeff, we head to the 7th. Panthers need a rally. Panthers softball will continue in just a moment.
The Medina Valley Sports Boosters are proud to support the Medina Valley Panthers. The Boosters are always looking for volunteers and new members. The MVP Boosters raise funds to support the MVISD sports and scholarship programs. Get your Panther swag at the football store located next to the concession stand. We have several items on sale. Join, volunteer, or purchase your Panther swag today at mvpboosters.com.
Rusty Rooster at 806 Highway 90 West in Castroville is the place to stop on your way home from work, or to drop by on the weekend to grab some beverages without ever leaving your truck. Rusty Rooster, the place in Castroville for quenching your thirst from sun up to sundown. Drive through today. Fast, convenient. That's Rusty Rooster, 806 Highway 90 West in Castroville. After all, anything goes till the rooster crows.
Welcome back to Panther Softball, sponsored by North Park Chevrolet and Dotsing House Moving and Construction. Haley Marshall will lead off for the Panthers here in the 7th inning. First pitch from Terrazas is a strike called, 0-1.
Did you say Penny Marshall? Wasn't she an actress on Laverne and Shirley?
She was, but I didn't say Penny Marshall.
Oh, okay.
I said Haley Marshall. Ball one ball and one strike. Did you know that Penny Marshall was married to Archie Bunker's son-in-law in real life?
I did not know that,
yep.
but many people know
Meathead?
Do many people know who Archie Bunker is?
Oh, I'm sure the old-timers do. 2 balls and 1 strike now to Marshall.
Well, let's see. How many people are... Well,
I'll tell you what, Jeff. Archie Bunker and George Jefferson could got away with a lot they would not.
Oh, no. Nowadays,
today.
George Jefferson, oh, man.
And Archie.
Yeah.
2-1 pitch. That ball is lifted to Terrazas in. A good play by Alaquines. Takes it off the top of the glove.
He said, I'm going to take that one.
Took it right off the top of the glove from Terrazas. Alaquines with an F2 for out number 1. As we head back to the top with Alyssa Montez. Perfect on the night, Jeff. 2 singles and a walk. She was walked with 2 runners on with 2 outs to face the number 2 batter in your lineup. No, that's respect.
Yeah.
Can you spell that? R-E-S-B-E-C-T.
Find out what it means to me. Hey, but second, that. I mean, I think any coach in the right mind would have done that.
Exactly. Ground ball in the hole, 3 for 3 night for Montez. 3rd hit of the ball game, Jeff, and 3rd hit going the opposite direction into right field.
I mean, it's what we've said all along. Don't try to do too much with it. She's throwing outside. Take it out. Take it that way. And she's been able to split the first base, second base alignment out there. 2 out of the 3 times. 1 was to the right over first base.
Villafane now the runner at first base for Montez. Elena Gonzalez now steps to the plate. Elena with a single, a fielder's choice, scored a run and a strikeout, so she is 1 for 3 tonight with a run scored. Fakes the bunt. 1 ball and no strikes. Surely you're not going to bunt in this situation.
Well, my name's not Shirley.
Jeff.
Oh. That is what she does, Maury, so it wouldn't surprise me. You remember her freshman or sophomore year when you and I were doing games, she was in the 9-hole.
Check swing, palms down.
Every time she came up, she bunted. You remember that when she was batting in the 9-hole? I think it was her sophomore freshman year.
Little different in the 9-hole and the 2-hole.
Yes, it is. But if that's what you do, you do what you do.
Yep. Pulls that one back, though. Now she's ahead in the count. 3 balls and no strikes.
Even with this right here, the way that the third baseman is charging, a little push bunt right here from her. I mean, if you're a bunter, you should be able to control your bunt. Push bunt right past the third baseman, in between the pitcher and the third baseman would be a good try.
Bluffs the bunt. 3-0 pitch is a strike call. 3-1.
3. Was that a 3-0 pitch?
That was 3-0.
Oh, I'm missing one. But you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
You got a little push bunt here.
Full count now.
Full count.
Full count pitch now coming to Gonzalez. Villafane, the pinch runner at first. Panthers trailing 8-2 here with 1 out in the 7th. Swing and a miss for out number 2. That might have been the hardest pitch Terrazas has thrown all night. That one came in hot. That's 7 strikeouts now, Panther batters.
Who did you say was the runner at first?
Villafane. Morgan Castiglione steps to the plate. Morgan sacrificed her first at bat, then a ground out to the third baseman and a strikeout. She is 0 for 2. Takes that pitch for a ball 1 ball and no strikes. 1-0 pitch is a ground ball to short, right underneath the shortstop's glove for an error. Betancourt just let that ball get right underneath it. That's the second error on the shortstop tonight. So Ariel Chichester now steps to the plate. Chichester with an RBI and a run scored. Reached on an error and then flew out to the right fielder. So she is 0 for 3. 2 runners on. Chichester fouls that one back into the screen, 0-1. Terrazas gets the pitch selection from the dugout. Now still staring in. Chichester, good job of Ariel by stepping out. No balls and 1 strike, 2 outs, 2 runners on. Panthers need 6. The 0-1 pitch. Outside, 1-1. And he has kind of laid away from that outside strike here in the latter part of the innings.
The last 2 or 3 innings.
And the 1-0. Swing and a miss. 1-2.
Panthers down to their last strike, Maury. Chichester took a pretty good rip on that one. Now you need to fight it off and extend the inning.
The 1-2. Swing and a miss.
Little rise ball there that she's started throwing.
For out number 3 for the Panthers in that inning. No runs on 1 hit, or 2 hits, 2 left on base. As that is the final tonight, 8-2 in favor of the Southwest Dragons. Southwest move to 2-0. Panthers fall to 0-2. We'll be back when Panther softball continues in just a moment.
With Broadway Bank, your everyday banking is fast, easy, and digital. And now you can bank local and earn $300 when you open a new free checking account online with qualifying activities. Enjoy the convenience of a Texas-based bank with lots of local financial centers and an award-winning online and mobile banking experience that lets you bank when you want. Learn more about this limited time offer at broadway.bank/300. Minimum opening deposit is $25. Offer subject to change without notice. Terms and conditions apply. Member FDIC.
Right now at Chevrolet's 3-time Dealer of the Year, North Park Chevrolet. Get $15,000 off MSRP and 1.9% financing on new Silverado 1500 trucks, plus $2,250 in trade assistance cash, and $7,000 off MSRP on new Blazers. Lease a new Equinox for $299 with 0 down, or buy for $23,999. Get 2.1% financing on all new Traverses. Find new roads at North Park Chevrolet. 10 minutes outside Loop 410 in Castroville or at npchevy.com.
Dotson House Moving and Construction is a 4th-generation company operated by the same family for over 75 years. We do turnkey work from moving your structure, setting the foundation, and all your construction needs. Aluminum decking, concrete work, canopies, and any other need to make your project operational. From moving to construction, large or small, Dotson House Moving and Construction does it all. Located at 12939 Southwest Loop 410 in San Antonio. Give us a call at 210-628-1459.
Welcome back to Panther Softball, sponsored by North Park Chevrolet and Dotson House Moving and Construction Company. And Jeff, the Panthers lose a tough one here. Score isn't indicative of how close the ball game was. It was 4-2 going into the 7th inning. and then the Panthers just gave
Yeah.
up some untimely hits, and
got away from them there late. Had chances to score earlier in the game. It is what it is. Southwest was who we thought they were, and Medina Valley's just got to get better.
The difference between the two teams is Southwest, when they had opportunities, they scored.
They scored. They hit the
and,
ball.
and put the ball in play. You got the player by design, travel by design, player of the game. You have to give it to Alyssa Montez. She was 3 for 3, walked when the Panthers had 2 runners on base. A good job by the coach of Southwest, not letting her get another hit when they had runners on base.
Right.
And 3 for 3 at the plate. Unfortunately, and I want to give Lissy Salazar credit too, Jeff. This is the most demonstrative I've seen her out there in a circle. I mean, she wanted this game. She wanted it bad. And there was a couple of plays behind her that didn't go her way, but she never lost it inside the circle. She always kept fighting inside the circle, and she showed me a lot tonight, even though she's going to come away as being the losing pitcher, Jeff. She was like a little bulldog out there. She looked good.
Yeah.
I mean,
she
it
did.
wasn't, the Panthers just didn't score.
Yep. Not when they had the chances.
4 runs should not beat you in softball unless you just have someone inside the circle that is just unbelievable.
Well, you go back, that last inning, they get 4 runs in that last inning, and if you're a little closer, you probably played a little different. You had an error that kind of opened the door. You were facing the top of their lineup again, and the most important thing we talk about all the time is to get outs, get the sure outs, and Panthers didn't do it, and Southwest took advantage of the mistakes tonight.
Yep.
So
with that said, for Jeff Stivers, I'm Maury Stein saying good.